adventure people.
And welcome to a beautiful winter day in Seattle. This is our Q&A session, I guess you would call it. Our last post we asked you guys to submit some questions, and this video are those answers.
Yeah, figured we'd walk around the city, show you some of our favorite places to go, some sights in Seattle, and answer some questions, and
show you around a little bit. Well, let's get this party started, yeah?
Let's go. Well, we're here on the Harbor Steps. This is one of the places we frequent most often. It's on our way to and from work.
When we asked you guys for questions for this Q&A, the most common question that we got was, how did we meet, and thus how did we start dating?
I don't know, we've been friends for years, and we were both in relationships, and they both kind of came to an end around the same time, and we started spending more time together, and that was going pretty well. And then, you know, May rolls around a little after my birthday, and I thought, I want to go on an adventure, and I need someone to go with me.
So then you put a post on online about who wants to be my travel buddy.
And lo and behold.
And I responded. I was like, okay, let's go.
So we had about a month to plan. We took off for the Caribbean, St. Martin, and that's really where we fell in love.
So then, after we got back from the Caribbean, we couldn't spend more than a day apart.
Right.
All we wanted to do is spend all of our time together. And so not too long after that, we decided that maybe we should just commit and be in a committed relationship. So that was 2.5 years ago.
Yep.
And here we are today. At the market, this is definitely one of the biggest tourist destinations in Seattle.
So here at the market, it's always a crazy house around here. The market's over 100 years old. It's just like shops built on top of each other. There's all sorts of like trinkety things and things you never actually need, but it's fun to like walk around and just look at everything.
What does it smell like?
It always smells like fish. This is the original Starbucks. It's no surprise if you've heard anything about Seattle that we love our coffee. This is the headquarters for Starbucks, and this is their original store, built back in like 1973?
71.
1971, Starbucks.
We're in Post Alley. It's one of the really old parts of...
One of the hidden treasures of Seattle. We call it the gum wall. I'm sure it has another name, but it's just millions of pieces of gum. We look up, we look down, we look everywhere, and it's gum. It's kind of gross, and it's kind of awesome.
It's Puget Sound out here, and in the background out there you can see the Olympic Mountains too. And on a clear day, it's so awesome to live on the water and just see the mountains and the sunset and the ferry ships coming in. So here's us. This is Puget Sound. Seattle's right here, and like this whole thing is all city. All city. And we live somewhere's about like right here. Taking a little lunch break. Fried calamari and clam chowder is the best hangover food. So good.
We're here at Uncle Elizabeth's. This is one of 18 coffee shops within a block of our apartment. What's your favorite kind of coffee?
just get a double tall latte.
Yeah? I'm a big fan of the Grande Mocha No Whip. Another common question you might be wondering, why do we live in Seattle? What brought us here? You go first.
Well, I moved here right after I graduated high school. I was out of my little small town I was living in into the nearest big city, which was Seattle. So that was 8 years ago. How about you?
I graduated from college in Idaho, and then my company, who I work for now, paid for me to move up here to Seattle. They basically hired me right out of school, and I've been here since. Very well taken care of.
See the Space Needle behind us?
Right there.
And also our favorite store. Right there. Alright, it's breakfast time. We're going to one of our favorite spots.
Beano Espresso.
Yummy! I'm gonna get the French toast. Very good. To Valencia.
We have such delicious coffees here. It's like a Sunday morning ritual now.
So we have a question. And this question is from our buddy Nick from California. And he wants to know about our previous dating history.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about the people you have dated.
Yeah, I don't think I could count the number of people that I've dated. And that's a good thing, in my opinion. You learn a little bit about yourself and other people, your compatibility with every person that you date.
Well, in high school I dated girls. And after that I came out, and so I instantly started dating boys. But I only had 3 boyfriends, including Mr. Garrett behind the camera.
Tell me a little bit about the interests and what you've had in common with previous boyfriends. Specifically, we have a very distinct interest in the same thing. Have you ever been with somebody who wasn't interested in the outdoors?
Yes, but figuring out who I was after coming out was a journey. I mean, I had an interest in all this when I was a kid, and then when I came out, I was more interested in finding out what being gay was all about. So I didn't have an interest really in doing all those outdoorsy things until you and I started dating.
I think every person you date is a little different, and you tend to kind of mold together whatever your interests are. I'm really glad to have found somebody who happens to share a huge interest in the outdoors.
This is Broadway. This is the hip and trendy gay street.
So Douglas from Michigan would like to know, where does your and our adventuresome spirit come from?
It comes from living on a farm in the middle of the country and going out camping with my dad and my brother, and we would go on overnight cattle drives and horseback up into the mountains.
So for me, my adventuresome spirit definitely was instilled by my parents. I think before I was even out of diapers, before I was even walking, I was camping. And ever since, every weekend we went out as a kid. And then when we moved to Idaho, my parents had horses, and we went out hunting and fishing and all that good stuff. I worked jobs for the Forest Service, fighting fire. Always had an outdoor spirit about me.